Hello friends, very good morning. A hearty welcome to my YouTube channel Mechanical Engineering Lecture Series by Dr. M.H. Chennaiya. Friends, I am very happy to announce that from today I am starting a new subject by name Engineering Mechanics for all, which is a subject common for all the students of first year engineering, whether the branch is civil, electrical, mechanical, whatever it may be. And in this particular chapter, I am going to teach you about the coplanar concurrent forces. Friends, first of all, let us know what is a force. Force is a vector quantity. So, it has got both magnitude and direction. Whenever you want to represent a force, we should know what is the magnitude of the force and at what angle it is acting with reference to some reference or maybe x axis or y axis. And here the chapter is coplanar concurrent forces. So, what is the meaning of coplanar concurrent forces? Friends, coplanar means lying on the same plane. Maybe the plane of this board or the plane of this floor. Concurrent forces means these forces meet at a common point when the line of action of all these forces are extended. So, to explain it in a better way, I have taken up a problem wherein a body is acted upon by four forces, namely 5 Newton acting at 30 degree, 20 Newton and 60 degree to the horizontal, 15 Newton 30 degrees to the vertical, 10 Newton at 45 degrees to the vertical. Sorry, to the horizontal vertical it is the same because this is 45, this is also 45. My aim is to find out what is the resultant of all these four forces. So, what do you mean by resultant of a system of forces? When I say resultant, it is a single force which will have or which will produce the same effect as the effect produced by all these four forces together. So, we are going to find out the resultant which is equivalent to the effect of all these four forces shown in the diagram. Friends, I will say determine the magnitude, and direction of the forces shown in figure. The figure is this figure. So, my aim is to find out what is the direction of the force, of the resultant of forces, because the four forces are given there, of the resultant I am interested, of the resultant of the forces. There are four forces. Friends, in all such problems, you can see here force of magnitude 5 Newton, that of 10 Newton, 20 Newton and 15, they are meeting at a common point A, and all these forces are inclined either to the horizontal or to the vertical. So, first of all we should see how the forces are. So, if you have got a force in a vertical direction or in a horizontal direction, you need not resolve that. What is the meaning of resolution of a force? Resolution of a force is to split the given force into two components in two mutually perpendicular directions. So, friends, here we have, if you start with this 5 Newton, this 5 Newton is acting at 30 degrees to the horizontal. So, this can be split into two components, that is 5n cos 30 acting along the horizontal, 5n sin 30 acting along the vertical. Likewise, this 20 Newton is acting at 60 degrees to the horizontal. So, it will have the component 20 cos 60 and 20 sin 60 in the vertical direction downwards. Likewise, 10 Newton has got 10 cos 45 towards the left, 10 sin 45 in the upward direction. Likewise, 15 has got 15 cos 30 and 15 sin 30. So, friends, we can just resolve all these forces and represent them in the way I am showing here. So, what I do, I will just take the components, the resolved components of all these four forces along the x and y direction. I will call this as A. This is the y direction and this is the x direction, positive direction, negative direction. And here, friends, I am starting with 5 Newton. 5 Newton is acting at 30 degrees to the horizontal, hence it has got a component of 5 cos 30 in the horizontal direction. So, I will write down here, that is 5 cos 30 is acting in the horizontal direction to the right. Similarly, if you take the same in the vertical direction, in the y direction upward, it will have 5 sin 30. 5 sin 30. So, the force of 5 Newton magnitude is resolved into its two components. One is 5 cos 30, other is 5 sin 30 in two mutual perpendicular directions, namely the x axis and the y axis. Likewise, friends, let us take all other forces one by one, resolve them. So, 10 Newton if you take, this is over, I have considered this, I have got the components. So, 10 Newton gives a horizontal component of 10 cos 45 to the left. So, this is 10 cos 45. Similarly, it has got the vertical component 10 sin 45. So, I will show here, this is 10 sin 45. So, these are the two components of this 10 Newton. Likewise, if you take 15 Newton force, 15 Newton has got a component of 15 cos 30 in this direction. So, I will take it downward, 15 cos 30, and in the other direction this is 15 sin 30. I will show it in the x direction, 15 sin 30. So, friends, you have got 5 is over, then 10 is over, 15. Finally, we are left with this 20 Newton force. 20 Newton produces a horizontal component of 20 into cos 60. So, I will just show it here. This is 20 cos 60. This is the horizontal component of this 20 Newton, 20 sin 60 in the vertical direction, 20 sin 60. Friends, what that we have done till now? We have taken each of these forces separately and resolved them or split them into two components in the x and y direction, which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Friends, now let me rub this and proceed with the problem. So, whatever the forces you have got here, we have got two forces in the x direction, positive direction, two in the negative, two upwards, two downwards. Friends, here to find out the resultant, we should know what is the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces, algebraic sum of the horizontal forces, and also the vertical forces. Friends, now I will take this x axis as positive, y axis as positive, any force acting downward along this y negative and this as negative. So, I will write down here the algebraic sum of all the h is horizontal forces is, you can just write down one by one. If you take this as the reference, 5 cos 30 plus 20 cos 60, they are acting in the x direction positive. So, this is 5 cos 30, 5 cos 30 plus 20 cos 60, 20 cos 60, they are acting to the right. So, we will take it as positive. Whereas in the same axis in the negative direction, these two forces are there. I will say minus 15 sin 30, then minus 10 cos 45, minus 10 cos 45. Friends, if you simplify this, you will get sigma h is equal to minus 0.24 Newton. After simplifying all these, you are going to get this value of the sigma h. Friends, on the same lines, let us find out what is the algebraic sum of the vertical forces. Friends, here you can see there are two forces acting in the upward direction along y. 5 sin 30 is one, the other is 10 sin 45. We will take the forces acting in the upward direction as positive. So, this will be 5 sin 30 plus 10 sin 45, and in the same y direction downward, you have got these two forces. Since they are acting downwards, we will affix negative sign for these two. So, this is minus 15 cos 30 minus 20 sin 60, 20 sin 60. Friends, if you calculate this using the calculator, you get sigma v equal to minus 15.25 Newton. So, we are able to find out both the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces and that of the vertical forces. Then friends, once you have these two values, we should be able to find out what is the value of the resultant of these two. Friends, the resultant of these sigma h and sigma v is given by the resultant R is given by the formula square root of sigma h square of the forces in the x direction and that of the forces in the y direction. So, friends, here we know sigma h, this is square root of 0.24 minus 0.24 square is sigma h, sigma v minus 15.25 Newton square. And friends, if you simplify this, you are going to get a value resultant R is equal to 15.25 Newton. Is the resultant of these two. This is the answer you are getting. So, what is the meaning of the resultant 15.25 Newton? That means we had four forces and the effect of all these four forces is equal to the effect of this single force R. That is, the effect produced by all the force put together is equal to that produced by R. So, this R is the value of the resultant force and this is the magnitude. Magnitude is the numerical value, what value it will have. Finally, friends, we have to find out the direction, how this resultant force acts. So, the direction of the resultant force is given by sigma v, that is the formula, tan theta, that is for the direction of the direction of resultant force R, is given by tan theta is sigma v divided by sigma h. We know both the values and the theta value is tan inverse of sigma v divided by sigma h. You know both the values, get theta. So, theta will give you the angle of inclination of the resultant force. In this problem, you are getting a value theta and that value of theta is equal to 1 second, this works out to 89.09 degree, 89.09 degree. So, friends, in this problem, we were able to resolve all these forces in the vertical and horizontal direction, find out the resultant given by the formula resultant is equal to root of sigma h whole square plus sigma v whole square, and then we got the direction of the resultant from the formula theta is equal to tan inverse of sigma v by sigma h. Friends, I hope you have all followed this. Have a nice day. Keep seeing my YouTube videos. Give a liking to this. Subscribe and have a nice day. Thank you very much. We will meet again in some more videos in the days to come. ಬೇಗ ಹೋಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ?